Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. Your host, Red. I got a video today on the Financial Coffee channel. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but renters are not looking for luxury apartments. We are looking for apartments that are well priced, do not have bugs, and get fixed in a timely manner.
Okay, I actually somewhat agree with this because I see the luxury developments all over. My best friend lives in San Diego. I live in OC. All of these luxury major apartments are getting constructed right now, and they're almost done, and I don't see people moving into them. Why are you constructing so many luxury apartments? There's not very many people that are in that income range to be renting out these apartments. Everybody's leaving California. Stop it, California. Stop it, developers. You're screwing everybody over.
I live in an apartment that likes to say that. And other than the fact that my rent has gone up 25% in the past 2 years,
which is crazy.
Let me show you what else they've done. This is right outside my apartment, and it's literally been unfixed for over a month now after the pipes burst. We also have cracks like this in the floor. They're like, literally, this thing has grown. My finger could fit in it now. And we don't even have an elevator at this point because it's been broken for 2 weeks with absolutely no update given.
My apartment has a mold infestation and Greystar is not doing anything about it, and here's the latest update. So people are mad, myself included. A lot of people are starting to experience symptoms. I sound a little nasally to you guys probably. I just came back from a trip, so I assumed it was from traveling or from the plane or just, being exhausted. But then other people mentioned similar symptoms to me, so who's to say? Also, a lot of people don't have hot water right now, but I don't think that's related to anything. I don't know. So Greystar, what you gonna do about this? Because rent's due Monday, and I don't think it's very fair for me to pay you nearly $2,000 in rent to live in a mold-infested apartment that you refuse to do anything about.
I would just like an explanation as to what about this says luxury apartment.
You guys fell for it. This is the other side of it. Why would you even go anywhere that says luxury apartments? Oh, because you're strong and independent, you don't need no man, and you want to show everybody you live in luxury. No, just go rent a room like I did, and most men do.
What is the first question, or one of the first questions women ask you when you go on a date? What do you do for a living? Do you know why they ask you that question? Because by knowing what kind of job you have, they can have an estimation of how much money you make.
Yep.
Men love unconditionally, women don't. Guys, do you know what is the best way to get any woman out of your life completely? Lose your job and don't look for another job. Now, if you want to push it further, become homeless.
Let me show you a $3,000 a month kitchen. So the faucet leaks every single time you use it, and it's gonna leak all across that counter. The lights don't come with light bulbs. Dishwasher doesn't work. Sink, again, leaks everywhere. And every drawer collapsed. Every single drawer in this kitchen has collapsed at some point. On top of that, and the microwave. The microwave leaks brown goo every time you use it. Every single time. It's been cleaned. It's been cleaned from the top, from the bottom, from the outside, from the ducts. It doesn't matter. It's gonna leak brown goo every time you use it, which I don't know if it's food safe.
Because it was an awful apartment, because nobody wanted to invite anybody over because it was disgusting. So yes, we've had an experience in this luxury style apartment, so just be careful. Cause they out here lying. I don't know how they're allowed to do that, but they just flat out lie.
Of course.
There was homeless people sleeping right outside the doors of if you go down the stairwell and there's a door to exit the building, you'd have to I myself had to step over, split my legs and step over a homeless man that was sleeping out there, bless his heart. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but this is a luxury style apartment, and I'm walking over a body right now. And not to mention the rancid smell of the stairway. It smelled like piss, and it's probably because the homeless community probably utilized underneath the stairwell to sleep for shelter. I get it, but like also maybe relieve themselves because it just reeked of piss. It was the most it was the worst apartment I've ever seen in my life, and it was advertised as luxury style apartment. I don't understand.
Atlanta is not just scamming with restaurants alone. Let's talk about the other ways they're scamming. Let's start with apartments. So me and my mom went on an apartment tour at these luxury apartments, right? And when we're in the parking deck, I'm thinking to myself, this looks so familiar. I feel like I've been here before. But then it hit me. I was there last year with police because someone wanted to jump in my rental car and steal it. But still, what's luxury about that? Nothing. I was in a 2-bed, 2-bath, paying $3K.
Jeez.
It's like $3K and change, like $31, $32, just depends on like the utilities and stuff that month. But baby, it was
I can't pay that much for an apartment. That's just too much.
not worth it at all. Like
bedrooms.
that apartment complex, there's so many better complexes you can find in Dallas, and that one was not it. Yeah, I thought that was lit too when I first moved in. No. When I first moved in, yeah, those speakers were cute. But no. Mm-mm. It was just so many things wrong with that apartment. The elevators never worked. The amenities were not amenitying. Like, I'm paying all this money for what?
Exactly. Even the amenities, they have gyms and pools and stuff. How often do you actually really use them?
For what? A basic pool? Oh, we got a bar though. We got a bar. I don't drink, but we got a bar.
Most of these women living in these expensive apartments do it because they want to brag to their friends and to their family that they live in a luxury apartment. I
know guys in like a 2-3 bedroom house. Then there's 6 guys there because they each share the room. So there's 2 guys in each room. They save so much money. It's a little messy, but yeah.
Simply put, they see it as a flex, and that's why they are broke like her. And that's also why they can't pay their rent most of the time. Correct. I don't know how much money these women make, but there is no way in hell I will pay over $3,000 a month in rent just to claim or to brag that I am living in a quote-unquote luxury apartment. I would rather live with several roommates and save as much money as I can so that I can buy a house. I would also rather live in someone else's basement. I would actually prefer move to a cheaper city or even to a cheaper state. That's exactly why I left California to move to Texas. Houses and housing in general.
I mean, the fires don't help. You know, I was talking about the fires, how it's kind of far from me. I don't care about it. I don't really pay attention to it. Now I got to pay attention to it because it's getting closer and closer. Oh, life.
Are insanely expensive in California.
You move in, you have these high expectations of like, I'm gonna live alone, my sparkly luxury apartment, I'll be like going and sitting by the pool. But then it's like the epitome of golden handcuffs because then you just have to work your ass off to even afford it. And then they're like, the handcuffs are not even golden because all the amenities suck and the apartment is like way worse than you think it's gonna be.
Let me just tell y'all how these newly renovated and luxury apartments are not all that they're cracked up to be. We just moved into this newly renovated apartment last month, and we have had at least 10 problems since we moved. So
I mean, I moved into this house. I mean, the family used to live here beforehand, and they try to renovate it themselves. They're like construction workers and stuff. And there's still issues with the house. I just called them up. I'm like, hey, there's still a little bit of issues. They came and fixed it. At least my landlord and the owner of the house is very cool, and they handle everything almost immediately.
So at this point, I don't know what's...
That's why go to these luxury apartments? Just find a nice home where you can, with a few bedrooms, where you can share with other people and make rent a little bit cheaper.
To do. This is literally only a month of staying here so far in this newly renovated luxury apartment. So I'm just gonna take y'all on this journey because it is a wild ride so far. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Now let's get on to this problem, which is the biggest, and I am so pissed off about this. Yay. Look at this, y'all. The unit broke. They tried to tape it up and it's literally melting because the air is so hot. So now we still only have one portable unit in the master bedroom, which is at the very back of the house. This is honestly
Okay,
so
that is
ridiculous. These
pretty
apartments,
ghetto.
they be trying to make stuff look sweet and they be patching stuff up and don't fix it, y'all. They do not fix anything. So please beware. Please beware. When you're spending $2,000 a month on a luxury apartment, know what you're getting yourself into. Y'all, we don't even have lights in the bedroom. We don't have lights. This is the second bedroom. Let me show you the master bedroom. No light. You telling me you couldn't put a light in the ceiling in a bedroom?
And the website was Gorgina. Like
pretty
everything that they advertise is like, we have this and this and this and this, and like you're like it just crazy. Like they just advertised it up the hoo-ha, and we're like, how bad could it be? It's La Jolla, California. La Jolla is like one of the nicer, if not nicest, areas in San Diego County. So like, really, like it's not going to be that bad. We move in, or he moves in. I help him move in, and it's crazy how it is not the same place that was advertised. The carpets were stained, and there was.
Did you not go and look at the apartment and everything beforehand? Did you just agree online and just moved in?
There's like a big part that was like burnt and crusted, and it was like fraying by the sliding glass door. The cabinetries were like literally like paper thin, like peeling, like it just crazy terrible quality. Like the hallways leading up to the units, I swear to you, have never been clean since the day they opened that damn building.
Y'all have got to stop using the word luxury so loosely when it comes to apartments. I'm in Houston. I was looking for a different apartment. I want a different floor plan. I ended up finding one, but I was looking at some of these luxury properties somebody posting, and there's nothing luxury about it. It'd be a regular apartment. No parking garage, no elevators, no nice pools, no garden tub, no walk-in closet, wall stand, got roaches, cars getting broken into. Reviews definitely not luxury. I'm like, where's the luxury in that? Are y'all calling it luxury because it has modern finishes? Like,
Possible.
almost every new apartment that's being built looks like that. Like if it's a new build, they all look that on the inside. But if I gotta walk upstairs, it's not a luxury. A dumpster? If I'm walking to a dumpster, that's not a luxury. If I can get rained on, it is not luxury. No security guard, no courtesy officer, that is not a luxury. I can hear my neighbor cough, not a luxury. Y'all using that word too loosely. Luxury is an experience, not an aesthetic.
Become homeless. Women will never stick with you if you become homeless. That woman or any woman will run away from you a lot faster than Speedy Gonzalez or Road Runner. Now, I can already hear people saying in the comment section, oh, what about the homeless couples? They are homeless men that are in a relationship. To which I would reply, that homeless woman started seeing the homeless man, started dating the homeless man after the guy became homeless, not before. So they were both homeless. It doesn't matter.
So random, but has anyone ever had a good experience living in one of these like luxury apartments? Like ever? I know probably 30 people who individually have moved into one of these. You know what I'm talking about? Like they have this like stupid fake hardwood floor, quartz countertop, really nice amenities. They need to have the people who work these leasing offices run presidential campaigns, because I don't know how they keep selling people on these nightmares. Every single person I've talked to who moves into one of these, they're so excited at first. 3 or 4 months in, they're like, this is the worst decision I've ever made. I cannot wait to get out of here. And it's always like for a different reason. Most of the time, they're way too effing expensive. Whatever you think you're gonna pay for one of these, tack on $300, $400, $500 for just like crazy random charges. Usually what happens is like the rent price is your like max budget. So you spend a little time like mentally adjusting to like, okay, I could pay that much. And then by the time you're like invested, the other thing is that these are branded as luxury, and they're just not. The way they sell it, they're like, there's a pool, there's a gym. You're like, yes, I'll constantly be like laying out at the pool. And then you never do.
Nope.
You do, and somebody like poops in it.
Yep.
Or the gym is always gross and crowded.
Yep.
I'm about to give y'all a real tea on living in these luxury apartment complexes, because it's not what it's cut out to be. 1, these people are still dirty. Luxury does not mean clean and put together. They're nasty. For example, they don't clean up their dog. And I'm not playing, it's a lot. Of course, these luxury apartment complexes, they attract a lot of residents, whatever. Everybody got dogs.
Yep.
Nobody.
Oh my God, in San Diego, everybody gets dog. On the sidewalk, there's just dog piss everywhere. It's kind of actually disgusting.
He's cleaning up their dog shit. You gonna step in some dog shit in the hallway, and it's gonna be stinking. It could be by your door. They won't pick it up. It's gonna be in the garage. It's gonna be where you walk the dogs at. They don't clean the shit up. 2, valet trash. We have valet trash. Oh, wow, great, whoop-de-doo. Valet trash don't run every day, though. It don't run on the weekend. Yet these people who real life leave their trash out on Fridays and Saturdays over the entire weekend and wait until Sunday until the workers come to get the trash. And then they come at like 7 p.m. That is nasty. It leaves bugs. And if it's your neighbor, every time you walk in your house, you're going to smell the shit. The smell is going to get in your house. The bugs that's harboring over their garbage is going to be flying in your motherfucking door. And you still get stolen from like it's the hood. Not only do the residents steal your packages in the package room knowing it's not theirs, they address not on it or they name, the people who be stealing and the thieves, the car thieves, the Kia boys, they come to these luxury apartment complex garages looking for cars to steal. And they done got my complex a couple times. But they only go, you can't park on the first and second floor. If you park on the first and second floor, you're going to get gagged. You got to make sure you go up higher because it takes long to get away. So they're not really going to go up there and try to steal your car. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Now, let me ask you the following question. How often do you see rich women marrying broke men with dead-end jobs? It's very, very rare. I mean, you don't even have to look at rich women not willing to marry poor guys. Women these days, who are anywhere from below average to average looking, have the nerve to call regular blue-collar men dusty and broke.
Yep.
On the other hand, rich men date and even marry poor women all the time. So yes, men love unconditionally, women don't. What is the first question, or one of the first questions women ask you when you go on a date? What do you do for a living? Or what is your job? Do you know why they ask you that question? Because by knowing what kind of job you have, they can have an estimation of how much money you make. Lose your job and don't look for any other job if you want to get any woman out of your life completely. Better or worse, become homeless. You will see her run away from you faster than Speedy Gonzalez or Roadrunner.
So within the first month of me being here, I was already discovering the mailing room doors worked, but if you went to go use the fire exit door, the door was like open, like you could pull it with no code, anybody could get in. And now keep in mind, you go through the fire exit, you walk down the hallway, you get on the elevator, you inside the building. You have access to the whole building now. The next issue that came about with this apartment that became a big deal was the parking. The parking spaces are $150 extra a month on top of your rent, okay? So you pay the $150, you get a reserved parking spot. My reserved parking spot was $13. When we first moved, there was nobody to call to tow the cars. There was no security to contact from the building to get cars out of your parking spot. So for several months, you're paying $150, but it's different people taking your parking spot. And where I lived, the area I lived, there was no option to go park on the street. You go park on the street, you get a ticket. So what management told me to do, because it was getting so bad, they started telling tenants to call the police on the cars that are in your spot, get it ticketed, and then a towing company will come out and take the car. Does that sound like something a tenant is supposed to be doing to another tenant or just another person in Philly, period?
Yeah.
Keep in mind that there's no gate to the parking garage. There's no code to come into the parking garage. You drive right in and you in the parking lot.
And then, not to mention, when it's time to move out, Chase is like, I'm getting out of this place. He had originally put down a security deposit, which was a full month's rent. So he paid a month of rent plus another month of rent for the security deposit. And he got served an $800 bill. And my mom is a property manager, and she's like, this is not right, so you need to ask for an itemized receipt. And essentially, they were trying to take the full security deposit, which is over $2,000, plus charge them an additional $800 so that they could replace the carpet. Which, if you don't know that world very well, to my understanding, you can't charge your previous tenants to replace the entire carpet. You can charge them for cleaning and or repairs, But like if they decide to replace the carpet, they can't just charge the previous people because they want to.
Yeah, everybody's gonna get by these luxury apartments. I don't know why all of these developers keep constructing luxury apartments. Can we just make normal apartments? Everybody's struggling. Women are struggling more with these luxury apartments because they want to project that lifestyle. As soon as something put luxury on there, women are just like, oh, I want that. Men don't fall for it so easily. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and I can see you next time.